So I don't really know why I feel the need to point out the fact that I'm standing, but yes, I am standing, and it's largely because I'm tired, and I'm kind of hoping that standing up will kind of force me to move things along instead of just sitting in front of the camera for 40 minutes. The sad part is I'm not joking. Anyways, yes, hello again. Today is Friday, July 1st, which of course means it's Canada Day. I trust you've all taken it upon yourself to go and hug a Canadian, but in case you haven't, go. Right now. Find a Canadian. Give them a hug. Don't be shy about it, and don't be afraid to assume either, because even if the person you hug turns out not to be a Canadian, it's still not a lost cause, because that, my friends, is a perfect opportunity to show some solidarity for our brothers up north by being all polite and apologetic. So yes, glad we got that out of the way. So really, the reason why I'm making this video is because I made a video on Tuesday for my collab about expectations, and unfortunately and unsurprisingly, I could not fit in everything I had to say about expectations in the 2 or so minutes that I tried to fit it into. So obviously there's a good bit more for me to say, and hopefully I'm going to say most, if not all of it in this video. All of it's probably going to be unlikely because I didn't really script this out. I mean, I did make this rather comprehensive list of things I wanted to talk about on this post-it note, but we'll kind of have to see how well this serves me. Also, I just want to very briefly interrupt myself to point out that my sister made a video response to our conversation, and I'll put it somewhere here. She talks about how different things are often referred to by the same name, that same name of course being expectations, and it's all very good and you should watch it. I personally am not going to dabble too much in the definition of expectations, and instead I'm going to focus on one kind of conversation that I had with someone in the comments, because it was about something that a lot of people asked about, that being, if you're against expectations, then what motivates you to do anything? Oh yeah, I should probably mention that in the video that I'm explaining right now, I more or less said that I'm against expectations. So yes, why do stuff if not for expectations? I mean, it should be simple enough for you to expect something of yourself or have someone else expect something of you, and you either live up to that expectation or you don't, and you measure your success accordingly. I say it should be that simple because it's really not for me, and I really want to emphasize that I'm talking about my point of view, and I'm not trying to make blanket statements that I think everyone else should follow. But anyways, my answer to that is that I really don't think expectations are necessary for you to gauge success or failure. It's not like it's impossible, and in fact I would say that I'm better at gauging a job well done without expectations. I'm much better able to objectively look at what the task was, how much work I put in, and my personal ability, and from that gauge how well I did, as opposed to what normally happens to me when I get caught up in expectations, which is more like, oh, I exceeded my expectations? It's not a big deal. I mean, I probably just set them too low. Or, you mean I didn't meet my ridiculously high expectations? I must fail at everything. Yeah, that happens far too often. So yeah, there's that, and then also my reasons for doing stuff. I would say that enjoyment is about as good a motivator as you can get. I don't really have much reason to make these videos other than the fact that I enjoy them. I mean, sure, the situation is a little different when I'm making videos for Across the 49th because we do have a schedule and I do kind of have to make videos on Tuesdays. But I feel like it's kind of silly to point out that fact and say, oh, didn't you expect yourself to make a video today? Because I mean, sure, yeah, I did, but really, I wanted to make that video anyway. I mean, if I really wanted to, I'm sure I could have arranged something with James, Jeff, and Katie and not made a video. It just seems to me that saying that I expect myself to do the things that I do voluntarily is kind of like saying, it is my opinion that Earth's atmosphere is mostly nitrogen. Because, I mean, it's true, but so what? So yeah, there's my rant on that. The other thing I want to point out is that it can be very dangerous to expect things of other people. I mean, I'm sure we've all been in the unfortunate position of working on a group project and expecting everyone to pull their weight and not having everyone pull their weight. Not to say that I don't have friends who I trust to do things for me when I ask them of them, but it's not always the safest option, let's be honest. And this holds true for both personal levels and the levels of things like Pottermore, and I feel like I hardly need to explain why I bring that up. So yeah, that's where I stand on expectations. I'm sure there are things I forgot to bring up in this, so if you feel like discussing anything with me personally, you should definitely make some cranes. Seriously though, Katie at large wants to accrue 1,000 cranes by the end of the summer, so if you'd help us out, that'd be greatly appreciated. Her channel's in my pants. And the description. So yeah, bye.